it. In a celestial doctrine,
Mhm.
women can't preach.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that personally. I'm celestial. Personally, I don't agree with that because my childhood growing up, I've seen women like the church I'm talking about. I've seen women lead, preach, and they do amazing job. Even I know in my group of friends when I was younger, when it comes to Bible lesson and other stuff, the females are the badass of Bible lesson. They even know about
I simply don't believe you can be a Christian and a feminist.
read it off Google straight away. Feminism is a range of social movements, political movements, and ideologies aimed at defining, establishing, and achieving equal political, economic, personal, social rights for all genders. Hello everyone, my name is Afolabi Omolaja. I am a feminist. I identify as a feminist. The reason I identify as a feminist, well, I have two sisters and a very good mother, and I have good women around me that actually believe in equal rights. However, in my upbringing as well, the church I go to, the leader of our church is actually a woman. Those that knows me in Papa Jao, there's a church called Life M, and is headed by one of no one. The woman I'm talking about, Mrs. Ofero. So before we go further, I just want to say, what is feminism? I'm going to read it off Google straight away. Feminism is a range of social movements, political movements, and ideologies aimed at defining, establishing, and achieving equal political, economic, personal, social rights for all genders. That is the meaning of feminism. Yeah.
My name is Abiodun Ogunshote. I'm not a feminist. I simply don't believe you can be a Christian and a feminist. Yes, even the Bible fought for equal rights for women and even equal salvation for everyone. But it's difficult to identify with a movement and just identify with just part of it. So I don't believe the movement as it's practiced today aligns with Christian value and even the foundation values of it. So even if you said, okay, the founding values were different, were better, the founding values and the people that founded it, I don't agree with their ideology and they don't align with Christianity. And the way it's practiced in 2026, I don't align with it, and even the Bible doesn't align with it. So
Yeah.
I'm not a feminist.
So today's topic, feminism in modern Christianity.
Yep.
Feminism in modern Christianity. I'll just go straight at it. We'll use the celestial doctrine as an example, majority of our discussion, but it's basically Christianity anyway. So let's get into it. In a celestial doctrine, women can't preach.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that personally. I'm celestial. Personally, I don't agree with that because my childhood growing up, I've seen women like the church I'm talking about. I've seen women lead, preach, and they do amazing job. Even I know in my group of friends when I was younger, when it comes to Bible lesson and other stuff, the females are the badass of Bible lesson. They even know about Bible lesson that the men itself that are meant to lead. So can you please tell me why in the celestial doctrine, not just celestial doctrine, even, I'm not sure if it's Anglican or some, some churches don't have women preaching, even though in modern times, women are more educated than the most educated. I don't know, one of those two. Um, yeah, let's get into it. Why can't women preach in the celestial doctrine? And you need to give me reason or notice because this is how we do it. You can use Bible, you can use Google. Just give me a good reason.
Yeah, the reason is very simple. And I'm far from one that will tell you, oh, it's just because that's how we do it. It's simply because that's how the Bible states it should be. Now, because somebody did something and they did it right, doesn't mean they have the right to do it. I can possess a firearm now and guard my house against thieves. Doesn't mean I have the legal rights to actually own the firearm. Even though I didn't use it for any harmful duties, I just use it to protect my home. If someone invades it, I do not have the right. Now let's go to the Bible. You must really, there's no way you want to escape maybe throwing jabs at God and even Jesus Christ if you are going to talk of female preachers. Now there's a difference within being a teacher and being a preacher, even in the Bible. It says these people are called, they are teachers, they are going to be prophets, pastors, evangelists, and apostles. They are different offices, right? So when it comes to maybe having a Sunday school and someone is teaching in that Sunday school, that's a different case. Because Sunday school, majorly, it was structured back in the days, mostly for when people were just growing in the faith. So it would happen before the church service, and it was basically to introduce you to basic knowledge of the Bible. Before you then join the main service, then your apostle, evangelist, whoever delivers the sermon. So in those capacities, women could teach, not preach, teach. And even in Celestial Church, that is allowed. The problem is that most churches today are quite lazy, so they don't even do Bible studies anymore. Back in the days, we used to have Bible studies on Mondays in Celestial Church. The reason why they don't do it in your parishes now, God knows. And that's because everybody has become lazy.
I won't say lazy, it's just life happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
Life,
you can't take levity to your
it's
spiritual
It's not
life.
about levity. Back in the day, you can have one income that will cover your entire family and things will be fine.
Now, I'm not even using the Western country. No.
Now in 2026, man has to work, woman has to work just to get by.
It still doesn't mean.
Okay.
No, it still doesn't mean.
I disagree, but keep going. Sorry.
This is it. Most of us, because of probably we say, oh, two people have to work this thing, is because there is a difference between living contently and wanting to live large. We all want to live large. Everybody wants to buy cars. You want to buy your house. You want to go on vacation. They are all good. I have nothing against it. But if you are telling me that you're going to church on Sunday and then coming for a 1 hour Bible study on a Monday, because when I say on a Monday, it wasn't the whole day. It was sometimes in the evening, just 1 hour, or I think 1 hour, 2 hours. So I'm using the Nigerian settings because that's what it was happening back then. So people come back from work and then attend it. It didn't stop the husband and wife going to work. So both of you can go get your daily bread, come back and get your and still attend Bible studies. But we didn't do that anymore. That took that avenue for women. Now back to the pastors and things.
Okay.
In the Old Testament, don't you find it a bit odd that when God will keep calling people and keep anointing prophets, they were all men?
Yes, but you have to think about that era. Women are not as valued as what it is now. Not even valued. They just think women are like second citizen, almost third citizen. Back in the day, in the era it was written and during that day.
It has nothing to do with the era. No, because
I think it
if it has to do with when it was written, that means you are telling me God is bowing to the will of men.
It's not God is bowing to the will of men. It's more women were not given the chance back in the day. Now there's chance, which is why I support.
They were, because you cannot explain Priscilla. Because in the New Testament, Priscilla was teaching among the gathering.
I'm not talking about teaching. I'm talking about position of power. That is what
being anointed as all the prophets in the Bible were not powerful people. As you must,
but they have a large following. So
no, they don't.
Okay.
So if you talk of Prophet Isaiah now, the reason why most of these prophets always get persecuted, because what they were saying and doing was directly against what the powers that be then were doing. Even in the Bible, you have records of queens. So women were in power. Who do you think Queen Sheba was?
Not as much as men, though.
No, not as much as men, because the hierarchy is king's queen. But we had queen. So we even had women that were in power in probably some idol worshipping this thing. But when it comes to God anointing someone to send them out, he doesn't pick women. That is a coincidence. You can't tell me it's because women were not respected. Queens were respected back in the day.
Not by
Queens,
God.
Not by who?
Not by God, it's by the people now.
So if God, now you're not contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not contradicting myself. You said
because you said why he did not pick people was because women were not respected.
Yeah.
So I needed to clear that part, that women were respected. We have we have. So who was Queen Sheba?
Queen Sheba is Queen Sheba. Yes, he have one or two.
Was she disrespected?
No. What I'm trying to say, in the era, during that era, you cannot tell me with a straight face that when it comes to equality, women and men are on the same.
Men were always the head of the house, so men were held at an higher pedestal than women. That is a given. Now, your statement was God did not pick women as prophets.
No,
I'm talking about prophets. So
no, I'm not saying God did not pick women as prophets. That is not even what I'm saying.
That was my statement.
That was your statement.
And you said it was because women were not respected in the time.
Exactly. And
now I made a caveat that we had someone called Queen Sheba in the Bible.
Yeah, but that's
who wasn't picked by God.
That is it.
So that cancels out the fact that women, because the picture you are painting is like women were just sitting in the kitchen and they could do nothing more than sitting in the kitchen. But that wasn't the case.
That was what it was like back in the day. Apart from Queen Sheba and few queens in the Bible, I don't really know much about Queen Sheba. I don't know how she became a queen. I don't think the Bible really elaborates how she became a queen.
Nah, because she wasn't
not particular
called by God.
Exactly.
So the Father, Son, and the Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Jehovah. Jesus Christ, Holy Michael, Lord, commit ourselves unto you. Come and sanctify our bodies in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Let your Holy Spirit dwell with us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Whatever it is we're about to discuss, let your will be done in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord, for your answer.
Thank you.
For in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. 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 In Jesus' name. We can't say God did not call women because maybe they will not listen to them. He wasn't calling people that already had names. Moses was about the only person that had a certain level of fame before he was called. That's because he was living in the house of Pharaoh. Aside from him, others were peasants. If you look at David was just a sheep boy. If you look at Isaiah, Ezekiel, all those prophets that were called, none of them were some prominent leader in their society that were called. Now, let's say that was a mistake.